Hi all, this is KVS from Trending Technologies. So today we will talk about how to install the Docker in Windows Home Base version. Okay. So installing Docker with the Windows Professional or Linux or Mac is very straightforward. Directly download the Docker software from the internet and install it. It will work. Okay. But the problem is when you're trying to install with the Docker Windows Home Base, so it may not work because uh, Docker is currently not supporting for Windows Home Base directly. So in order to support for home base version, so we need to install the Docker Toolbox. So what is a Docker Toolbox and how to install it? So Docker Toolbox, it has the own virtual machine, and so first we need to download the Docker Toolbox. Let me show you how to download the Docker Toolbox and how to install the Docker Toolbox. Okay, search for a Docker Toolbox. So search for the Docker Toolbox in internet, Docker Toolbox download. So you will get a link to download the Docker Toolbox. So you will have to download the Docker Toolbox from here. Okay, so this is the option to click. Click on this Get Docker Toolbox for Windows. So it will download the Docker Toolbox. Once the Docker Toolbox is downloaded, go to the downloads, search for the Docker Toolbox. So this is the Docker Toolbox that I have downloaded. Okay, so once you download the Docker Toolbox, you will have to install the Docker Toolbox. So how to install it? So just right click on the Docker Toolbox, select Run as Administrator. So this is the mandatory. If you don't select the Run as Administrator, you may not get all the options to install it. So that's the reason, select Run as Administrator. So once the installation is successful, you will be able to see a Docker Quick Start terminal and Kitematic in the desktop. Okay, so once everything is up and running, I mean once everything is installed, so you will have to open this Docker Quick Start terminal to connect to the Docker Hub. Okay, so if you want to connect to this particular Quick Start terminal, you will have to right click and again run as an administrator. It may take, depends on your internet speed, up to 15 minutes or 30 minutes to install all the supported libraries. So while running this Docker Quickstart terminal, even you should not press enter, even while installing the Docker toolbox. So you should not press anything. Okay, so it may take some time. So once everything is downloaded, you will be able to see the Docker logo. Okay, so you will be able to see this one. See, all these steps will be installing initially. So it may take 15 minutes to 30 minutes. So please be patient while installing all the libraries. Even you should not press enter. Okay, do remember that. And once everything is up and running, you will be able to see this one. In between, if you face any issue, you will have to uninstall the Docker Toolbox for Windows and remove everything wherever it is installed and restart your system and again install it. So that is the long process, right? So that's the reason, don't ever press enter anything. Okay, so once everything is up and running, internally it will run on this particular IP 192.168.19.100. So once everything is installed, if you want to check whether it is installed or not, just docker space -v. So it will give you the version whether Docker is installed or not. So if you just enter the Docker, it will give all the Docker related commands. Okay. So if you want to see all the Docker images which are there in the Docker Hub, I mean with internal Docker, so you can search for Docker images. It will give all the list of images which are there in the local. Okay, so these are the images. If you want to see all the running containers, Docker PS. Okay, so next video I will be uploading how to create the Docker file and so how to run the Docker container. Thank you so much for watching the video.